What up, my fellow Knicks fans? This is your guy Marcellus Ease, and don't panic quite yet. Now, happy holidays to everyone, and hopefully this year Santa ain't forget all the Knicks fans. But don't worry, we still got our Christmas wish list, and we checking it twice. Now, after a brutal loss against the injury-riddled Washington Wizards, in which they only had a 9-man rotation, and they had guys freshly signed off the G League, the Knicks find themselves at a crossroad. We have no one else to blame. Fizdale is gone. We can't say the new coach, Mike Miller, is a lot better coach, because it's starting to look like this roster is very flawed. So even though we're going through hard times right now, it's not going to stop us from making a wish list for the holidays. And these are 8 crucial things that should be on our wish list. Number 8, we need Julius Randle to start playing like a number 1 option. Now, the contract that Julius Randle has signed with the Knicks in the offseason has a lot of incentives if he makes the All-Star game, if he averages a certain amount of points. And it's very shocking this season that he hasn't taken a step forward in his development. Now, also, he's been inconsistent from night in to night out. And also this season, he's had a bunch of turnovers. He's actually showed kind of signs of things that he done in his rookie season, bringing the ball up, very erratic. These are things that he was doing his rookie season that used to drive his coach, Brian Scott, crazy when he was on the Lakers. And also, you have to look at what the Knicks are doing in crucial moments of the fourth quarter. We got Marcus Morris taking last-minute shots, doing his best version of Allen Iverson. Julius Randle is supposed to be that marquee guy that's supposed to have the ball in his hands, especially down the stretch of the game. Overall, the first quarter of the season has not gone well for Julius, but there is still room for improvement because Alfred Payton, coming off that injury, looks like he's getting back into stride with the Knicks. He actually got inserted in the starting lineup, and hopefully they show flashes of what they did as a combo last season, especially when Anthony Davis was going through turmoil with the Pelicans. Alfred Payton and Julius Randle stepped up to be the kind of the marquee guys of the team, and hopefully they can bring some of that chemistry to the Knicks after the Christmas break. Number 7, we need to establish some consistency at point guard. Now, for the season, the Knicks have gone through a lot of injuries in the point guard position. Dennis Smith Jr. had a lingering back issues. Then he had a personal issue within his family. Alfred Payton was dealing with a hamstring issue. So it kind of kept us to use RJ Barrett, a rookie, by the way, as a point guard, which isn't good because that's the hardest position for most rookies to get adjusted to coming into the league. Then you combine that with Frank, which Frank's true position really isn't point guard. And it's kind of left the Knicks in a conundrum as they had Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and even Bobby Portis bringing up the ball at times. The point guard position this season has had a domino effect on the team because right now we can't really dictate pace. Sometimes we enter the second half with a lead and we end up losing, especially in the fourth quarter. It's because of this. We can't dictate the pace or anything during the game, and it actually has led to our team being one of the worst teams in the league as far as offensive efficiency, 3-point shooting, just field goal conversions overall. Number 6, trade Marcus Morris while his value is still high. Now, right now, the NBA title is wide open. There's a lot of teams in the mix, and to get a guy like Marcus Morris will actually boost up a lot of these teams, particularly the Clippers, the Lakers, or maybe even the Blazers, the Denver Nuggets. Trading him out west, out of conference, can be a good thing for the team as far as competition, and also we can gain some assets, maybe a draft pick or some other perhaps backup point guards or just other role players that can help the team a lot better. And also we have to ask ourselves, what are we getting out of this Marcus Morris deal right now? He's only on a 1-year deal. He's playing over a lot of our young guys as we're going through development. What is the upside with Marcus Morris? See, right now it's kind of looking like the same Emmanuel Mudiay effect, where we basically build a player up just for him to take his talents and go to a different team. And we play him over our young guys, and we don't really get anything out of it. So by trading Marcus Morris, it should open up more minutes for guys like Kevin Knox and more usage for guys like RJ Barrett to take more shots, and then for Julius Randle to actually take over in the fourth quarter and establish himself as the go-to guy down the stretch. Number 5, figure out Alonzo Trier's role or trade him. Alonzo Trier this offseason will be a free agent. The Knicks can either match whatever offer he gets or let him go for nothing. And best believe Alonzo Trier will get an offer by another team looking to improve their bench, their scoring, as Alonzo Trier can off rip by himself just create scoring opportunities. Now this season his role on the team has been very inconsistent. He's been dealing with injuries on and off, and his minutes have been up and down, and he has a lot of active DNPs. Now with the Knicks this season, because they have RJ Barrett, the addition of him, Wayne Ellington, other guards and other forwards, the roster is much more crowded as guys are fighting for minutes. So the Knicks should either see what Alonzo Trier has, at least give him 22 minutes like they were before per game, consistently, give him that consistently, or trade him, because it would suck to let him go for nothing. Number 4, not giving up on developing Kevin Knox. Now the Knicks right now at the forward position, whether it's small forward or power forward, the team is very crowded. And like I said, trading away guys like Marcus Morris will open up more minutes for guys like Kevin Knox. And the Knicks right now, they invested a first-round pick on this guy, 9th overall. And they should continue developing Knox. I know sometimes he's inconsistent, but he's still very young, and he has a lot of talent that can still be pulled out of him, especially with his shooting and coaching him up as far as defense. The Knicks right now, in the position that they are in the league, they do not have a good reputation to get free agents. They're going to have to start developing within the organization, and it's going to have to start with guys like Knox and RJ Barrett. Number 3, figure out what the hell is Dennis Smith Jr. exactly. Now last season, after 21 games that he played for the Knicks, I did a review on Dennis Smith Jr. What exactly is Dennis Smith Jr.? He did not shoot the ball well, he did not pass the ball well, he did not defend the ball. Now this offseason, he said he's reworked his shot, and he actually got into better physical condition so he could defend better. But when the season started, he was dealing with a lingering back issue. Then he had a personal issue within his family. And ever since, he's been very erratic and very inconsistent. And he's actually worked his way in the bottom of the depth chart as far as point guards, where even guys like Frank Ntilikina is getting more minutes than him. And also Alfred Payton. These guys right now, they're really fringe role players. For Dennis Smith Jr., especially with his raw athleticism, to not even beat these guys out, it's not a good look. And Dennis Smith Jr. is going to have to work his way back into the starting lineup, back into getting heavier minutes. And I'm afraid he's heading down a path right now where he was already at in Dallas, where he lost his starting position, and he kind of lost his role within that Dallas Mavericks team. Now we're only a quarter away through the season. There's still time and room for growth, but hopefully he can be more consistent, because right now the only thing that's been pretty much consistent about DSJ is his injuries. And hopefully he can just stay on the court and show us exactly what he's got. The Knicks have him under contract for one more season, but if it's not going to work out, they're probably most likely going to be looking to trade him to a team that's going to kind of look to improve their bench, kind of make their team more athletic. Because right now for the Knicks, he's just not doing it. Number 2, avoid creating a chaotic environment around RJ Barrett. Now the Knicks right now are in a flux between upper management, coaching, and a lot of player movement. Now, if there's one thing we could learn from the Kristaps Porzingis situation, is that having a lot of inconsistency within the franchise can actually hurt a player staying with that same team, especially in today's NBA, where a lot of these players have say about their careers, where it's headed, where they're gonna go. And right now for RJ Barrett, nothing is consistent. The coaching isn't consistent. The system the team is running isn't consistent. Even him being a shooting guard is not consistent. He's actually been pushed over to a point guard position at times when he's just a rookie getting accustomed to the league, and he's already playing out of position only a few games into being into the league. There's no combination of these things that's gonna lead to great development among a young player. And we definitely gonna have to improve on this, especially by cleaning house during the off season, beginning with upper management. And speaking of upper management, the number 1 thing on our wish list this season will be to fire Steve Mills. Now, ever since taking over for the Knicks in 2013, it's been one bad decision after another. We talking about firing Coach Woodson's whole coaching staff after the Knicks won 54 games the season prior. Steve Mills got rid of Grunwald. He traded for Andre Bargnani. Him and Phil Jackson signed crazy contracts to Joakim Noah, Tim Hardaway Jr. It's been one coach after another being fired: Derek Fisher, Jeff Hornacek, David Fizdale, and you can't pass the blame around over and over and over. And even with Steve Mills, he has not been able to recruit some of the mid-level to top-tier free agents. You got to look at it this way. Even though if the Knicks don't get a Kevin Durant or a Kyrie Irving, they should be able to get guys like Jimmy Butler. The Knicks are not even able to get sort of the next level of stars besides the superstars. And that begins to reflect bad on the team president. Now, with the firing of David Fizdale, it seems like he was the fall guy, but right now the Knicks still losing to teams that they shouldn't be losing to and getting blown out by mid-level teams to talented teams. It's still looking like the roster is flawed. And then there's only one variable that's been in play this whole time, and it's Steve Mills. And for the Knicks to correct a lot of their wrongs, they're going to actually have to let go of this guy. And don't be surprised if he's just demoted into a different position, as I believe when it comes to the marketing and the business side of Madison Square Garden, he's in very good favor with James Dolan. But as far as basketball operations, this guy is going to have to go. And I'm sorry for Scott Perry. He's going to have to fall along with Steve Mills because that was his hire. And most likely the next team president is going to want to bring in his own staff, his own people. But this pretty much sums up our wish list. You guys enjoy the holidays with your family and you guys stay safe. Peace.